The honor of your presence is requested. You're not going Poundcake tomorrow night?
Probably not.
Probably not. Does that mean 100% no?
Yep. I was being diplomatic, but since you want to call me out.
What will you do after the show tomorrow?
I get dinner with my brother.
Oh, dinner with you? But you will have already had pizza.
It doesn't matter.
Shut up, Mary.
Pizza's a snack. What? I
Pizza
wasn't saying
is a
about
snack?
you.
No.
A piece of pizza is not enough to fill you up.
I was probably going to have like a couple pieces of pizza.
You think he's going to have one piece of pizza?
I don't know.
But that's like, look, like I could have, a couple slices of pizza at 2 when we start, or even before if I get there early. And then having dinner with my brother, we can...
At 7, yeah.
Okay.
8, 9, yeah.
Okay. Where are you going to go?
I don't know yet. We'll probably... I really want to go. I haven't been to a steak joint in so long, and my favorite steak joint is Strip.
In Avon?
It's so good, dude.
It's heavenly.
So
it is
good.
so
Smooth ass steaks.
Steak is really smooth.
Yeah.
Erica blew the lid off that place. Like, I never even heard of it. I couldn't even find it because it's in like this little... I didn't know they had a little village over there in Avon.
A little curly Q down there.
I went by like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, where is this goddamn place? Like, there's no sign or nothing. And then I called Erica. She's like, there's a little driveway that you go down and then it opens up. And I was like,
God, I forgot about Strip. We haven't been there in probably 4 or 5 years, but it was so good.
Pre-pandemic for me, 2019 I went. No, 2020. Right before the shutdown.
Yeah. You want to get a final steak?
Well, no, I was celebrating 2 years of sobriety.
With a steak?
With a steak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So March 3rd of 2020, like right before everything shut down.
All right. Well, you should go out there, Cody.
I'm going to try.
You and your brother.
That's like our middle point, Avon.
2018 you got sober?
2019 I got sober. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So then I went in 2021.
You said 3 years.
3 years is 2022. 2019, 2020, the 1 year anniversary is when we went.
We went to Red.
We went to Red. That's where Cody said it was smooth steak.
Yeah, Red was
Smooth steaks.
And then so 2021, I went to Strip.
Tell us all about it.
Is Red still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had so many dinners at Red when my wife worked for the Cleveland Film Commission.
It's like a go-to.
That's like what they were always taking people, yeah.
That's good.
Alan Cox Show After Hours line. Anytime you just want to leave a quick voicemail, you can. It's 216-986-8903.
Hey, Alan, it's me. I listen to the show. Keep up the work. Have a day.
I was going to say, okay, thank you. It was a very generic call. I didn't know who me was, so when he said,
That's him.
Me, am I supposed to know? Do you want to hear from Dustin?
Oh, here we go.
Dustin called.
Hey, it's Dustin. I don't know what Mayor's going to do with all that foot money.
Listen, I hope she doesn't end up following. I hope she doesn't end up getting trafficked.
I feel like this is I'm just saying.
It's
she
slippery
could
slope.
relapse.
Alan, it's Dustin down here in Georgia. I do apologize. I'm real far behind on the show. My schedule's been a little crazy. But all is well over here on Georgia side of things. I know you're leaving for Mexico next week. I'm not going to leave until the Sunday after Easter. So maybe, just maybe, we will run into each other at the Cancun airport. I ain't got my fingers crossed, but Lord knows I'll be keeping an eye out for those luscious locks of yours. But I just want to call and say, hey, I'm on my way to Fort Lauderdale. I'm in Ocala right now. Just stopped to fuel up. And I just want to go ahead and say that Dairy Queen has some phenomenal hot dogs. I love them to death. But either way, enjoy your vacation, and I'll catch you when you get back. See you, bye.
He must be talking about a grill and chill, right? DQ Grill and Chill?
Yeah.
Probably.
The regular places sell hot dogs? So he wasn't even calling. He's catching
so
up on
far
podcasts.
behind,
Oh, wait till he catches up to this.
Oh, boy. when we get back from Mexico, that's when it's going to be.
I just got back from Mexico.
Just heard about Mary's feet. That sounds pretty steep to me. Yeah, people are like, oh, who would want Mary's feet? I'm like, a guy with $200 wants Mary's
Apparently,
feet.
yeah.
Who cares? Right.
2 offers so far.
Yeah. I'm telling you, just stacking that cheddar, baby. They're going to want you to step in some cheddar at some
It
point.
might happen,
How
yeah.
far will you take this, though?
What do you mean?
Like, would you do like, because you don't have to do like porn videos, but would you do like other fetish type videos, maybe just like a talking one where you're not naked or anything, but you're just telling them?
No,
Stuff.
I'm not going to do porn stuff. This is pictures of my feet. Like that's
It's porn to them.
That's where it begins and ends.
That's fine, but I'm
but I'm
not
saying-
in it. It's just my feet.
Right, but I'm saying like, but if like, so you want to do like something where you're just, like somebody that's into like sitting on pickles. I don't know what, like whatever they're into, but they're like, and they just want you to say, "You dirty little boy, you better sit on that pickle."
No.
So you won't do cake farts.
I don't think I'm going to do cake farts. These are just pictures. That's why I feel like I'm okay with it. It's not my naked parts.
Again, I'm not saying you're naked in these, fully clothed.
But it's
But it's
Showing your
and-
naked feet.
And you're
It
just saying,
is
and you're just,
naked
and
feet,
you're just
but-
saying, and it's not sexual to you, it's sexual to them.
how much? That's what it all comes down to. Is how much money are we talking?
Follow the
here?
money. That's what
How much
everything
money
comes
are we
down
talking
to.
here?
And that's what. And that's
Day
why
one
the
of this
slope
journey,
is
she's like,
slippery.
no way.
Yeah, go back a couple years and find the podcast if you guys tell. I think it was pandemic times if you guys tell me to sell my feet. That's disgusting. I would never do it.
It just takes the right push, the right motivation. And by the way, pretty soon, that call is going to be coming from inside the house.
Yeah.
Because once your boyfriend sees what kind of money you're making, he's going to go, what else could we do, honey?
Well, I've thought about that. I was like, I bet there's a market. Not that we're going to get into porn or anything like that, but there's probably foot video.
No, you're never going to believe this. There might be a market for pornography.
for foot videos.
Say what?
I'm like, hey, you have a nice piece.
Tell us all about it.
You have a nice piece.
Sure, we
Yeah,
can
you just put
team
bags
up.
go to put bags over your heads.
Or a super zoom. Just the feet in the item.
Feet in the item. Wow.
But that's down the road.
I like that.
$5,000 a video.
You know what? We'll
Just
figure
naming-
it out.
No, I'm just naming prices out of nowhere.
She's going to be one of those stories. You know,
Nobody's
it's usually
offering.
but it's usually teachers or she her school ratted her out and she had to quit, but she doesn't mind because she makes more money
Yeah.
than she ever thought she would,
making
and she's never looked
$100,000 a
back.
month, yeah.
That's right. Mary's story is going to be former stand-up comedian Mary Santora.
We get fired from comedy.
No. I'm just saying you won't do it anymore
'Cause you're
because
so
you're like, why am I
busy.
going to take all these trips when I could be doing foot pics for $200 a pop?
But the foot pick stories will feed the comedy.
Will they?
Yeah,
There's a lot of girls selling pictures of their feet.
they're not that funny. Gotta have both, Alan.
Will
Spin a
Mary
tail.
report the foot money on her taxes?
Absolutely not.
Good for you. No, it's $200, by the
Yeah,
way.
it's not like I'm
it's
making $400,000.
Yeah. Except, don't you have to? Didn't they set a thing now, like on Venmo, like if you make more than a certain, you have to claim stuff on Venmo now, or I don't know.
I have never heard of that. They
I
didn't
thought
send
it
me
was something.
anything. But I don't make, that much money on Venmo.
Did you read that Tom Brady story in the Boston Globe? Maybe read that.
No.
It's pretty wild.
Oh no, what?
Well, the whole retirement was fake. That it was all made up because he had a plan in place to go to the Miami Dolphins and be in the front office and be figuring out like what moves the team would make. And again, guys like LeBron and Tom Brady, you have to give them their due as the elite athletes they are. But that doesn't mean that you can translate your success into running a team, by the way.
You can contribute though.
Well, of course you can, but I'm just saying if your job... So he says he's retiring from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And
Again?
the plan was... No. This was the plan at the time. That he was going to get out of Tampa Bay and put himself in the Dolphins front office. That he'd been talking to Stephen Ross, who's the owner of the Miami Dolphins. Except that the Dolphins are getting sued by Brian Foles. Brian Foles, what's the guy's name? The black
Flores.
Flores, yeah, sorry. So they were getting sued, and they're in the midst of all this stuff, and they're like, well, maybe it wouldn't be a good idea if we put Brian Flores was the coach of the Dolphins. He's suing, saying that they treated him differently because he was black or blah, blah, blah. So the Dolphins go, well, it might not be a good look to bring in a white guy to run the team and a white coach because Tom Brady was going to bring in Sean Payton to coach the Dolphins. And so after all this, they ditched the plan. And so then he goes, well,
I'm not going to do that.
right, I'm not going to hang out at home. So guess what, everybody? I'm unretiring. And then kick Bruce Arians' ass out. It's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So that's
To fake retirement so that you could get like more power. And that's the thing with like guys like LeBron and Tom Brady is like it's never enough.
But I don't see how it's a fake retirement if that's what he wasn't going there to be a quarterback. He was going there to be in the front office. So he's retiring from playing football.
I guess, but it made it seem like he was retiring fully. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like when you say you're retiring,
That means I'm not going to play anymore.
I'm not
I
going
get
to
what you're
play
saying, yeah.
anymore. No one thinks he's like not going to do work anymore.
Or anything.
Well, he's back playing.
Well, he's
So
doing
clearly,
that, yeah.
right. So clearly he wasn't done playing.
Well,
He was like, I'm just
because all
gonna,
that stuff didn't happen. So
yeah. I don't know. I thought it was a wild story.
it is, and it's a crazy plan to like bring Tom Brady and Sean Payton like that. That seems like a lot of moving pieces to make happen.
Yeah.
But it would explain why you fire the coach that had like an 8-game win streak at the end of the season.
Man.
You know, we get Sean Payton and Tom Brady in the front office.
It's because Tom Brady's a freak. Sure, Giselle's like, we got to get out of Tampa. Or whatever she sounds like. I've never actually heard her talk.
What's that?
Doesn't sound like that. Shouldn't
She
sound like
sounds like
Shakira.
Irish, yeah.
Shakira.
Well, Shakira's Venezuelan, so she speaks Spanish, but
Portuguese.
Giselle's Brazilian, so she speaks Portuguese. So I don't know what.
Well, she speaks English. I'm just saying, does she have a lilt to her voice? I've never heard Giselle Bundchen speak.
I'm just saying there's a Spanish lilt and then a Brazilian.
Right. I was curious which one was hers.
Because doesn't the Spanish have the lisp like
Castilian accent?
Y pizza.
Ibiza. Madre de Dios.
That's just in Spain.
Just in Spain.
That like TH sound.
The Castilian accent.
That's Spanish.
So, yeah, these guys, boy, they're between LeBron and Tom Brady and
Yeah, they always got plans and
plans and schemes. I got to do more.
Tell us all about it.
That's right.
Oh, creepy.
You get everything you could ever possibly want, and it's not enough. That's like a sickness. I mean, listen, I value ambition in people almost over anything else, but there's like a psycho.
So wait, so when he said he retired, you thought he was going to not do anything?
He said he was done.
with playing football.
But he's not. He only said that because
Right.
he was scheming to get in the Dolphins
Right.
and put all the pieces in place.
Yeah, but
and
he
then
was-
that plan got
but
blown
he was
up.
still done with play. Like you can retire from one thing and still do another.
Right,
thing.
but he didn't go to
Right.
talk to. He could have gone.
and ran another team or
That's
something.
right. He
I'm-
could have gone
yeah.
to any other organization,
taken a year off.
and they would have had him. Yeah,
But he's got unfinished business. He wants to play more
unfinished
football.
business in
He needs
Tampa.
to play more football.
Yep. Yeah. So, LeBron and Putin. Putin wants to go back to the moon. All these guys, right? It's not enough. What better way to distract people than a moon landing?
I don't know, acting like you're going to buy Twitter. That's a good way to distract people.
Oh, Elon Musk. That's another guy who just can't have enough. Can never have enough.
I like him. I like him.
He's a troll.
But he is literally like a supervillain. He's the world's richest man.
Well, I don't think he's a super villain. I just think that he
appears as the world's supervillain.
he has a lot of moving parts at any given time, so people think he's a genius. And obviously, he's no dummy.
He's a character.
But he was going to join the board of Twitter, right? And they go, okay, but part of the deal is you can't own too much of the company, which that was clearly a deal breaker. So that shows you what he really wanted to do. And now he just wants to buy it outright.
And he also, I believe, is getting sued by them too.
Probably.
For what?
For the
Because
shareholders
he-
for not revealing what his plan was.
Right. Well, he had bought more than they knew about, and he did stuff to like drive the stock lower, and I don't know. He manipulated.
It's
stuff.
all billionaire stuff
But
behind
what
the
he
scenes.
did,
But
he bought 15%. And
about 9%.
I thought they said you couldn't own more than 15%. And
if he joined the board. But in his brain, he's like, well, no, because he knew he wanted to buy the whole thing. That's where the hostile takeover comes in. Because, Twitter doesn't make money. So now they're looking at it like, well, we don't want to do this, but are the shareholders going to make us do it? Because he's like, I want Twitter to better support free speech. He didn't care about free speech.
He wants to control the narrative in the medium.
Well, I mean, you're not going to do that with just Twitter. But it's not like Elon Musk is this, absolutist for the First Amendment. He likes to be able to say whatever he wants to say and not be criticized, like every other rich guy. I want to say whatever I want and silence critics.
But he doesn't like when people mention that he didn't actually invent Tesla, or, he just, what did he buy the rights to the name?
No clue.
He
don't know anything about that.
He's got, and then I like the people that are like, hey, it's his money. He should be able to spend it how he wants. It's like, well, also he gets a lot of his money from government subsidies.
Of course. He gets money from us. Bezos gets money from us. Taxpayer money goes into Blue Origin. We pay those guys. I don't know why. Every time Bernie Sanders stands up and goes, yeah, this shouldn't be a thing, people are like, hey, crazy.
Communist.
Yeah, why are we giving those guys money? So, yeah, I don't know. It's pretty wild, though. I don't know why you would pay that much money for Twitter. There's something else going on. I'm curious what it is. But I don't know. The Ukrainian stamp, by the way, and I think you can buy these to raise money or whatever. They have a Ukrainian stamp that says, Russian warship, go F yourself.
Nice.
This is something that somebody screamed at like a Russian freighter, or not a freighter, but like an aircraft carrier or something. What?
On Snake Island. Bring it all back to snakes.
Oh, yeah. The go F yourself thing is a rallying cry in Ukraine, and they're putting it on a stamp to commemorate the moment. So, I don't know, maybe there'll be a new space race between, it's not the Soviet Union anymore, but back in the day, the Soviets were winning the space race. That's why Kennedy got up there like, we need to get on the moon. Because there was no way.
Word for word.
Not just like
yeah. They got the first monkey in space. They got the space monkey mafia.
How come we're not sending more animals into space so we can have more first in space? The first giraffe in space.
Yes.
The first rhinoceros in space would be a big deal.
I want to see a giraffe with that helmet on. First hermit crab in space.
We don't know. There's already been crabs in space, I'm sure.
Just on the astronauts. Help! Help!
In your garage.
Diamonds on my fish.
I'm all wet.
I'm all wet. Yeah, I don't know.
Has there even been like a cat and a dog in space?
Probably.
Probably a dog. I don't know if they sent a cat.
Didn't the Soviets send a dog up?
I think they did.
Yeah. But they sent the monkey. First man in orbit was Russian. They crashed a lander into the moon when Apollo 11 was on it. When Neil Armstrong's walking around.
What was that?
On the other side of the moon.
That would make you crap your pants.
Right, like, what the hell is out here?
Like, what was that sound?
There's like pure
in space.
solitude.
I'm not supposed to be able to hear anything up here.
Oh, yeah, you can't hear anything. How would you know it crashed into there? You'd feel it.
No, they didn't know.
Yeah.
But the Russians were trying to kind of get one over
crazy.
on us. And Laika was the Soviet space dog who became one of the first animals in space and the first animal to orbit the Earth.
Where's the first chinchilla in space?
I love this, though, because this dog was just a stray dog from the streets of Moscow. So imagine that. They find a dog. They're not vetting this animal. Oh, this is a hardy specimen. They grab a dog.
Throw it in the shuttle.
Throw it in Sputnik. Yeah.
It's like when
Died in space. Died in 1957.
It's like when a waitress is in a cafe or something and someone's like, I want to put you in the pictures. They find this dog like,
yeah, see?
You want to go to space, dog?
You want to be a cosmonaut?
Yeah, it died within hours of going up, possibly from overheating, they say.
Baby.
Poor baby. I don't think it counts as much if you kill the animal.
No, you have a hot cooked dog up there. That's going to come back down.
And it doesn't know.
What?
Like hot cross buns.
Hot cooked dog. Cat pipe fever. Bow, bow, bow.
Tell us all about it.
Musk wants the Twitter data that Twitter mines from users. Yeah, but there's a billion places you can get data. I mean, that's true. I mean, obviously. But to way overpay for Twitter, something's going on there. Unless it's just an ego thing.
Could be.
But if you have a spare $46 billion,
Just laying around.
yeah, come on, man. It's like he's cashing in his savings bonds
It's in
from
a
his
shoebox in his
from his
room.
birthdays when he was a kid.
Can I pay with 2 cards?
You split it.
I'm gonna need you to put $25 billion on this card, and then the other $20 billion on this card.
Oh, it gets so many air miles.
Just rub it. Just you know what? If you wrap the plastic bag around it and then swipe it. The first man in Norbit was Eddie Murphy. Somebody points out. Thank you. Okay, I've got to take a break.